Right, Shalom, I'm giving our praise unto Yahweh Shai, Bashim Koha Korash, the bonus unto the apostles of Great Millstone, and our honest brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity at the four corners of the earth. And the Baba Body are coming out here to give you this truth for the grace and mercy of Yahweh Bashim Shai, Bashim Koha Korash, giving all praises unto Yahweh Shai, Bashim Koha Korash. It's going to be a relatively quick video based upon the book of Isaiah, the 4th chapter and the 1st verse. And I wanted to just speak about it, a little bit of experiences that I've seen, and obviously the things that we know are going to take place upon the face of the earth, that's going to lead to the book of Isaiah, the 4th chapter and the 1st verse being fulfilled. And the first statement of which is, man, you don't really know, right, what's on people's minds. Okay, you really don't know what's on specifically these women's minds. Okay, you be walking around the earth through thinking things you not ought to think. Okay, you know, Jake is cursed with low self-esteem because via Esau's bell curve, his so-called IQ test, you've been told for the longest time that you're worthless outside of being a musician or being an athlete. And in the advent of Yahweh Shai Shai enlightening us with his truth, now you're subject to a whole different way of thinking. Okay, you're subject onto a whole different way of being, and that could be foreign. That could be something that's maybe even uncomfortable. But I'll say this: you'll soon get comfortable with it when Yahweh Shai comes, because that's the legacy that we was born into. We was born into the legacy of royalty, born into a legacy of priesthood, and with that is gonna come goodies, man. We've been through the suffering. We've been through hell, and we're going to continue to be in hell. That's what the scriptures say: through much suffering shall we enter into the kingdom. So we're going to continue to suffer up until Yahweh Shai returns. But you can see right now Esau is getting kicked up his backside via the curses. They're starting to kick him up the backside, especially the peons. And we know the elites, they got their own little kushti thing that they got in this universe, but ultimately they're gonna be brought down. Scripture says that Esau was going to be cast down to the earth. And naturally what's happening is that shine that we had underneath King Solomon, that shine that we had underneath King David, that's returning back onto us, because the reality of these fake IQ tests, these categories that Esau inflicts upon our people, all of these particular things are beginning to wane. When you say a Jake, a Negro, Hispanic, or Native American is unintelligible, and you can very clearly see that Jake is very intelligent but lacks the resources, time, and environment to be able to thrive, but via certain situations playing out that's advantageous to Jake, you're seeing all kind of different things, man, where Jake is becoming to be seen to be on a higher level than Esau. Obviously, it started off with the athleticism when you had the all Edomite, Baconite basketball, okay, Edomite, Baconite football, and Jake is totally taking that over. Music, Esau had already had been taking that over, and Jake took that over now. Okay, Jake took that over. But above all things, the knowledge, the intellect, Jake really thinks that they're not the top musicians, the top orators, the top people upon the face of the earth. The reality of the situation, the Most High said that you're the creator of all of these particular things, man. You're the ones that brought forth these instruments and made them sound so sweet like how they sound, man. You're the ones that brought these things together, and Esau has come and taken that heritage, and he's placed it upon himself. He's come and taken everything that's good within this world, and he's made it an attribute unto himself. To the end, he calls himself a so-called a W-H-I-T person, H-I-T-E person, as in to be pure. But the reality of the situation is this guy ain't all that pure, man, and that's what's being seen to be the case. And above all things, when it comes to intelligence, when it comes to scriptural intelligence, you're seeing Jake is just top tier. Starting first and foremost with the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, we're just top tier, man. We're just top tier when it comes to these scriptures, through the grace and mercy of Yahweh Shai Shai, because he indeed has revealed these secrets unto us. How much more power and allure and esteem are we gonna have when we have the spiritual power? Okay, how much allure are you gonna have when we have the spiritual power? I mean, let's look at it from another perspective. And I said this is gonna be a little bit based upon things that I've seen, right? When you come into this truth, you really, like the scripture says, you have to really show yourself as a man. We're like the last men upon the face of the earth. We're the last group of men upon the face of the earth. And you know what? These women know, man. Hence the scripture, the book of Isaiah, the 4th chapter and the 5th verse. Right? First verse, Salakia. These women know, man. A woman's going to be attracted to masculinity. That's just it. Period, point blank. She's going to be attracted to masculinity. And one of the things that you have to do when you come into this truth, you got to be a man. You got to be a man. You got to look at these scriptures in a masculine type of a way. You can't be out here, right, looking at it in a highly emotional, highly westernized way of thinking. That's not going to allow you to be able to break these scriptures down correctly. There's the nastiness of the scriptures that you have to be of a masculine mindset in order for you to be able to see why did the Most High do X, Y, and Z in this particular instance. You have to be of a manly persuasion in order for you to be able to see that. And naturally, that makes you manly. That makes you masculine. Like the scripture says, remember to show yourselves men. The testimony of Yahweh Shema Shai is prophecy. What does the word testimony call back onto? Testes, man. Your ball sack. Okay, your manliness. And you better believe you would even know, bro, because you're just in the zone. All right, you're just in the zone. You're just reading scriptures. You're just in the zone prophesying. You're just in the zone focused, right, on the word of Yahweh Shema Shai, which is what we're supposed to be doing right now. The scripture says that there is a time and a season for everything. But because we're not in that season yet, you don't see all the girls looking there like, whoa, what's going on over here? Which it's not really expedient to be in that spirit. You know, you get yourself a nice little sweet thing and you just deal with that, okay? Right now it's time to push the word. But the point I'm trying to say is this, man. You don't even know, man. You don't even know, man. Okay, you don't even know. From situations I've seen, man, people gonna come up to you and say, look, man, do you even know my name? Do you even know my name? They're gonna sing your name, but they're gonna say, do you even know my name? That's how deep the rabbit hole goes, man. Okay, and it's only gonna get crazier. It's only gonna get wilder to the point where you ain't gonna have enough time to be dealing with women. You worried about women now? You ain't gonna have the time to be dealing with women, man. You ain't gonna have the time, bro. Okay, it's gonna be too much. Doesn't the scripture say that people shall be willing in the day of thy power? You ain't gonna have the time, bro. You're gonna be like Kublai Khan when you watch Marco Polo. This dude had a harem of women. He's like, bro, who am I gonna be with tonight? Just a continuous, endless supply and a selection of your favorite variety. Okay? Like I said, this ain't the time for that right now. So you see little flashes, you see little bits and pieces there where you're like, wait, hold on a minute, wait. I thought I was this, but this is where I'm at. Okay? Because the Most High is starting to show his light in particular facets, in different facets, and it's only going to get worse to the point the scripture says within the book of Isaiah, the 4th chapter on the first verse, seven women, which means a complete number of women are going to take hold to one man. And as this situation gets crazier with the time of Jacob's trouble, you brothers, you really going to see, man. You really going to see, man. These women, they gravitate towards power. Okay? These women, they gravitate towards power. Right? That's it. Period, point blank. Dudes were saying, oh, it's 6 foot, I got 6 figures, and I'm a high value man. You're going to come to find out that there's only one type of value that women value. That's power. Whether it be power of influence, power of popularity, that's all they value. Just what did the Apostle Gabar say? He said women basically they're captivated by fame. Okay? That's what the Apostle said, and I tend to believe that. You get a real popular guy and you're like, man, how is he getting all of these women? Because he's popular. He's got that fame. Does not the scripture say that the Most High is going to give us fame in that day? What do you think these women are going to do when we got the spiritual power to heal a person with a broken leg, to heal the blind? What do you think they're going to do, man? They're going to jump up. I'm telling you this, man. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. They're going to fight each other to get your attention, man. They're going to drag each other's hair to get to you, bro. Okay? You have no idea, man. You have no idea. You really don't have no idea. We're just out here living through this experience of being through, okay? Just living through this experience of being done out here, and you forget that the Most High's got these blessings that are really, you open up a present, right? Let's say it's a PlayStation 17 or whatever, right? And it feels like a PlayStation, right? When you got the box, you're unwrapping it. Let's say it's Purim, okay? Your Purim present. Your father's giving you a righteous present, a Purim present. Here's your present, yeah? You're opening up the Purim present. It feels like a PS17, right? I'm just using that as an example, by the way. It feels like it, you shake it, it's weighty, and then you see that P sign as you start to rip through. Well, that's the stage we're at right now. The present is being unraveled. To use another spiritual analogy, the scripture says that the birth pains. Okay, you can hear the birth pains. The baby's not here. We're not in that yet. We're certainly in the period of time we're supposed to be focusing on the scriptures, most certainly. But you can see where we're at. Okay, you can see where we're going. You can see what the prize is now. Okay, you can see what the prize is now. It's like, oh, okay, damn, man. Yo, the Most High's gonna do us like that. The Most High's gonna look after us like that. Well, indeed, like the scripture says, and I close it off on this. Indeed, like the scripture says, a little one shall become 1,000. A little one shall become 1,000. In that day, we're gonna be able to indulge righteously in the pleasures of the flesh. Anyways, that's enough on that topic, man. Let's get back onto some serious topics now. Without myself, all praises unto Yahweh, Shai Bashim Kah HaKodesh, double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone, and honor your brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity. Like I said, man, you don't know, man. You don't know how deep it goes, man. Right? You're bumping into people, you don't even know what they're thinking within their head. You don't know what spirit is in their mind. Okay? Some of these women are getting ready to to fight through anything just to get through to you. You don't even know, man. You don't know. Shalom.